Hello friends, happy Easter. Christ is risen. Today is arguably the biggest celebration in the church year, but I want you to know that it's okay if you're not feeling very joyful right now. So many of us are scared and isolated, sick and grieving, and if, in the last few days of Holy Week, you found yourself more at home in the sorrow of Good Friday or in the tension of Holy Saturday, you're not alone. This is hard. This is real. Suffering and grief are not to be skipped over quickly in the name of positivity. And in the midst of grief, there is a gospel and a hope. Today, on Easter Sunday, Christians around the world remember that there is something stronger than death. We remember how Mary Magdalene came to Jesus' tomb and stood there weeping, overcome by loss and sorrow, only to hear the voice of the one she thought she'd lost speak and call her by her name. We remember how the disciples, anxious and isolated, stayed at home with their doors locked, only to have Jesus appear among them and bring them peace. During Holy Week, I was reminded of something that the priest and author Henry Nouwen wrote in his book, The Wounded Healer. Nouwen tells a story about being at the bedside of a man in the hospital who was about to go into surgery. The man didn't know if he would make it through the surgery and was anxious about the idea of dying. Nouwen suggested that the best thing to say to the anxious person in this scenario is, "I'll be waiting for you." Not just, "I'll be waiting for you when you get out of surgery," but something more definitive than that. Nouwen says, "I will wait for you" goes beyond death and is the deepest expression of the fact that faith and hope may pass, but love will remain forever. "I will wait for you" is an expression of solidarity that breaks through the chains of death. Each of us can lead another to tomorrow, even when tomorrow is the day of the other's death, because we can wait for the other on both sides. On Easter Sunday, that's what we believe Jesus is doing too. Having experienced the fullness of what it means to be human, having suffered at the hands of an unjust empire, and having conquered death and prepared space in God's kingdom for each one of us, Jesus waits for us on both sides. As Nouwen puts it in his letter of consolation, the friends of Jesus saw him and heard him only a few times after that Easter morning, but their lives were completely changed. Suddenly, a wall becomes a gate. And although we are not able to say with much clarity or precision what lies beyond the gate, the tone of all that we do and say on our way to the gate changes drastically, because love is stronger than death. So today, we hold this mystery gently in our hands. We hold it with each other and for each other, and we in turn are held by a love that will never let us go. A love that stays with us now and waits for every one of us on the other shore. A love that is stronger than death. May we rest in that knowledge today and every day. Happy Easter, everyone.